The dolls that came to life. There once was a girl that was addicted to dolls, and she had many dolls of all shapes and sizes, and if she had them out of her closet, you wouldn't be able to see the bedroom floor. Her name was Samantha. She was 5 years old, and she loved dolls so much that she even had giant life-size dolls. She kept them all in her closet, and one night at exactly 3:00 a.m., all the dolls had came to life, and it was a blood moon night too. The girl was sleeping softly in her bed, and all the dolls snuck out except for the life-sized ones that were in the closet. The dolls started destroying everything in the house, the food, couch, everything, the furniture, the TV, the halls, the walls, everything in the rooms, and everything else that was in sight you could possibly think of. The girl and her parents were still asleep until they heard the sound of scratching coming from the closet in Samantha's room. Samantha's parents asked her what the noise was coming from, and she pointed to the closet. Samantha's parents then, I hate to say it, but they ran to the closet, they opened the door, and screamed as the dolls smiled and walked out and turned their heads and started fighting and trying to tackle the mom and dad. They looked over into the doorway and saw a whole bunch of smaller dolls standing in the doorway of Samantha's room. Samantha's parents threw some of the giant dolls off of them and grabbed as many dolls as possible and ran outside. Even though the parents were getting bitten up by the dolls, scratched and clawed on, they managed to throw them all into a fire pit, and they lit it. One by one, all of the dolls were getting burned into ashes, but later they all formed back. The end. Part 2. The comeback of the living dolls. So the dolls all came back from the ashes. The ashes flew up into the sky and formed a bunch of life-size dolls. They then walked over to the sliding glass door and tried to open it, and it didn't work. The door was locked, so they went into the front door, and it was unlocked. They then walked in, and they went straight to the parents' room and tied them up and hung knives above their heads. And then they went to Samantha's room and pulled the covers over her head until she suffocated. And then they walked back into the parents' room, and they got ready to murder the parents. The dolls laughed manically, and the parents woke up. The parents had just enough time to wake up and see the dolls before the knives went straight through their heads. The end. I hope y'all liked this.